And, now I'm working for two. Now I'm living for two. I got to get the weight off. I got to get this career back on track. I got to bring in money. I think I managed to do it. I think I managed to officially kill off this channel. The dream is over. This will never be a full-time job again. That sucks. It is what it is.
So we've got a juicy one with Boogie today because I thought it'd be interesting to juxtapose these two videos against each other. Boogie, for the past several months, has been making videos of him and his new 18-year-old girlfriend wandering around, doing gaming conventions, hanging out with kid behind the camera, clickbaiting everything, trying to get as much engagement on Twitter as possible, the whole shebang. But he has leaked in two of his older style videos, as he likes to claim. And they're essentially just videos that he just sits there and talks about something or a similar group of things, and people leave comments. Usually in these ones, all of Boogie's comment sections are curated. They're all, "Boogie, I'm cheering for you. 2 thumbs up. Looking good, Boogie. You're doing the best." And obviously, he has a decent amount of detractors who don't agree with that point of view. But these two videos, the first one was basically him talking about how successful his channel has been moving, how he's looking forward to the future, and how he has to step up because now he's taking care of his teenage daughter and having the support for both of them. And the second one is a slap in the face. Mind you, these two videos are a month apart. So Boogie's back on that begging train. Let's get into it.
Of the internet. Just like the title of this video says, I plan to delete this video after about 24 hours. Or that said, I'll probably actually either unlist it or move it to the members only section because I don't necessarily want this glutting up my feed anymore.
So this video's been up for over a month, and it appears that there's no chance that it's going to get deleted or moved to members section or unlisted or anything like that because Boogie has no follow through. So his word is worth almost nothing, and it's no surprise. I mean, I don't know why he would hide a video like this behind a paywall. It literally doesn't make any sense. I can understand certain type of content being hidden or used for members only. By the way, just as a little hint, if you're watching this video, down the road I'll do memberships on my channel. It's just, there's stuff in the background I'm working on. So either way, I can understand if you want to put like full uncut live streams behind a paywall, or I don't know, a podcast or something, but I don't know why you would do normal typical videos hidden behind a paywall. It seems like you're just segmenting your audience even more. I don't know, and like his content's not good enough to be like, oh yeah, I really need to pay that $5 to get Boogie's exclusive video. It's just him sitting there talking. If this was like 3 hours on a stream or a podcast, maybe you could justify it, but I don't get it, Boogie. Help me out.
I'm now trying to show you my life instead of tell you about it. Instead of sitting down in front of the camera and tell you what's going on, I'm trying to actually show you the places I'm going, the people I'm hanging out with, the life that I'm leading.
So basically, Boogie's new content is centered around him and his girlfriend going to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, or going to GameStop, or going to Conway, South Carolina gaming convention, or any number of those. And the videos, as you've seen that I've covered, basically consist of him being cheeky with the audience, like, ooh, look at my girlfriend, isn't this so quirky and weird, guys? Oh, I'm so eccentric. And then he does some stuff. I mean, in fairness, it's better than a lot of his old junk that was just like reviewing She-Hulk or talking about the Triforce, whatever. It's better than that, and I can give Boogie credit for that. He's putting more effort than he did before, but that's not saying a whole lot. So I'm not going to give him too much acclaim and cheers and hoorahs just because he's doing more than the bare minimum.
Drama videos like what Keemstar does is not the entire truth. It's one aspect of the truth exaggerated. That's what gaming news stories are. Hell, that's what the internet is today. Nobody looks at the whole story. Nobody looks at the whole truth. They look at one small sliver and then they exaggerate that sliver. I figure I may as well do that if that's what every other content creator is doing, and that's what audiences expect. But you know me, I always like to be ever truthful. So that's why I'm sitting here and telling you right now, this is an over exaggerated version of the truth. You need to be prepared for that for those videos.
He can't even control himself. He can't help himself because he's basically bad mouthing, or at least talking out of the side of his mouth about other channels that exaggerate their content. Your two best friends, Kid Behind the Camera and McJuggernuggets, literally fake all of their content. There's nothing genuine about those people. And that's fine, you're allowed to make content like that, but they're portraying themselves as being authentic. And Boogie wants to sit over here and try and take the high horse of, I try and be truthful and trustworthy. And it's like, no you don't. You've never been trustworthy about anything in your entire life. Your persona of like a nice cuddly character is gone. You've eviscerated that because as soon as people saw you get money and fame, you turn into like a demon of your former self. And most people haven't forgiven you for that because you've made no real efforts to reconcile that, to try and make a difference. You can say, oh, I went and got high on ayahuasca and my therapy session changed me. It's like, cool, you can say that, but the audience isn't buying it.
I made a lot of videos about it. I've talked about it a lot. And I mean, I can go into the details and explain why. I can say I'm proud of the new relationship, and that's part of it. I also can say that I knew people were going to make a big deal out of it, and controversy sells, and that's part of it too. But a lot of people have had some opinions about the age difference and about this new relationship, a lot of negative opinions. And I just want to say one thing about that real quick. I'm fat, she's skinny. I'm old, she's young. I'm a nerd, she's a hippie. I get it. I understand everybody's concerns, and they're valid, but I'm living this life like, you know, along with her, and I know that I am genuinely very happy right now. I know that she is genuinely very happy right now. Our friends are happy for us. Her family's happy for us. The internet's the only person that seems to have a problem with it, and at the end of the day, if you do have a problem with this relationship, it's a you problem, and I don't know how to help you with it. I like being happy. She likes being happy. We're just gonna keep being happy. And if that bothers you for some reason, get therapy.
And Boogie is unbelievably tone deaf. Unbelievably. You're capable of being in enabling situations. You're aware of that, right, Boogie? You can also have people that don't think properly. There are people out there that think it's 100% okay for kids to drink when they're young, to go out and party, to go to drag shows, all that stuff. You can do whatever you want. Who cares? It's like, there is good and bad. And just because a fatherless girl who is attracted, you literally explain why this whole situation doesn't make sense. You're old, she's young, you're fat, she's skinny, and your main interests don't line up with each other. Huh, that doesn't make any sense. The age difference doesn't even matter at that point. What attracts you two together? Well, now it sort of makes sense because in the intro clip you say, well, I have to provide for two people now. Is she not working? Is she just living in your house and doing videos with you? If that's the case, then she's clearly just leeching off of you. And what friends? What friends? Kid Behind the Camera? McJuggernuggets? I mean, who else is out there that's like, oh yeah, good job, Boogie. Slam dunk. You know, dating an 18-year-old. That's really going to be good for your psychological health. I mean, it's pathetic at this point.
That's not my biggest concern. I can see that my view numbers are up, which is amazing. Merch sales are up. Channel memberships are up. You guys have been supporting me more because I think I'm making better content because you are happier with it. I'm getting more ad revenue because people are watching more videos more frequently, more often. So is it a good thing for all of those metrics? Sure.
Yeah, Boogie, doing great. Clickbaiting off of your teenage girlfriend, it's really helping you out, buddy. It's like any other wave that you've ridden in the past. You got some acclaim off of the boxing match. It died down for a little bit. Oh, let's start dating this chick who's a fan of mine. Let's do that. That's a good idea. Let's have her move in with me. Let's have her be in all my new videos. Of course, you're going to get some attention. Now, I will say there's more mainstay than there was in the past because now he's averaging, 10, 15, 20K views a video. good for you, Boogie. If that's helping you out, if that's giving you more views, if you're figuring out what works for your channel, you do you, I guess. But let's not try and pretend like this entire situation, like we're the insane ones and you're the normal one, alright? Everything you do is asinine and insane, and I'm going to call you out on it.
Originally, Mike and I filmed for like 6 days in a row, 10, 12, 14-hour days. Then he came back for 2 days recently and filmed with me and my girlfriend for 2 14-hour days. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm a bit of a yes man when it comes to this stuff. If there's an idea on the table, we do it. But it's going to show the real me, warts and all. In fact, at the end of the day, it's probably going to be mostly the warts. Just try to do my best at every situation. And a lot of times my best ain't real great, you know? Social media, I don't think I was meant for it. I don't think I was made for it. And to have been doing this for 17 years, Lord knows I made at least as many mistakes as I did positive choices. A lot of things, like my social media influence or my health or things along that lines, they're always kind of dangling by a thread, you know? And one wrong move breaks that thread and everything just falls apart.
Wah! I'm a grown-ass man and I can't make any honest decisions for myself. I'm gonna complain and try and garner sympathy from 14-year-olds on the internet all day. I mean, in fairness, they are probably peers to his girlfriend now, so he's probably just trying to stay hip with the kids. But at the same time, it's like, give me a break, Boogie. You literally do this all the time. Oh, maybe I wasn't meant for the internet. Maybe I should have lost weight. Maybe my family situation wasn't so bad, I'd be better. It's like, dude, grow up. You're 50 years old. You're 50. If this is so bad for you, delete your channel. Holy shit, dude. It's unbelievably pathetic and pandering for you to come on here all the time and say stuff like this, and then in the following video that you come back and you beg for money, and then you act shocked. Why do people think I'm a beggar for money and that I'm constantly seeking validation and sympathy? It's because you post a video like this every month. It's so embarrassing. Like, do you have no shame? Why am I more embarrassed for you than you are of yourself? I mean, geez Louise, dude.
I mean, obviously, a lot of people are going to point towards controversy being the only reason. And that's not the only reason. You know, obviously, I have been a controversial person over the last few years. If you're unfamiliar with that, check out one of the hundreds of YouTubers who've made hour-long essays about it. Also, a lot of people will point out to the fact that my content never really evolved. You know, there was the Francis videos originally, and those did very well, but one day YouTube woke up and decided to punish me for making all of these videos by demonetizing it, pushing them out of the algorithm, and punishing the channel for it. And that's always going to be part of the legacy. I never really learned how to evolve as a creator. I didn't do what every other OG creator did, which is pivot into video essays and hour-long things about stuff that I'm interested in. I didn't know how to do that. I don't really have a desire to do that. I just wanted to make what I made.
And here's the letter of the lesson here. If you just wanted to do videos that you liked and YouTube randomly decided one day, hey, we're not going to promote that stuff anymore, and you still go back doing the same stuff expecting, oh, people will come back, people will still like me. It's like, no, that's not how the system works. You know, for this year is basically the 1 year that I've consistently stayed with my channel and kept uploading and uploading and uploading. And even I understand. 1 year into it, I've uploaded on plenty of other channels in the past. I've been doing videos for over a decade. Even I know you have to chase the cheese. YouTube is the rat carrying the cheese, and you have to chase it. Because what they say goes. You might not like it, and the fact that you were even fortunate enough to make so much money off of your Francis videos for so long is crazy. It is crazy. Those videos are over a decade old and they were still getting views. And you should be unbelievably blessed and grateful for that. But instead you're going to turn it on the head of, well, I was punished for it. You should be grateful that it was even recommended after a couple days, after a month. That's when you know you get fortunate. When you upload a video that consistently gets views a month after you upload it, a year after you upload it, you should be like, wow, that must have been a good video. I'm glad that YouTube's still recommending it. And if one day it stops, you're like, well, I guess the algorithm doesn't want it anymore. Nobody wants to watch Francis videos, Boogie. And if you want to make money, you have to innovate. And the fact that you and people like DSP cannot develop any skills in the decades that you're on here, video editing skills, recording skills, voiceovers, anything like that, or network with people. It's like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
In fact, I've noticed something over the last 6 months. The healthier I become mentally, the more sane, the less provocative, the harder I work on my content and try to make it interesting or something I'm passionate about, the happier I am in my personal life, the worse I'm doing on YouTube. There is a very steady decline that continues with all of this. In fact, I think you could say it's just the momentum from people being sick of my shit for years. You could say that. But that momentum really picked up. Now, the good side of this is, positively, there's still this group of people, 10,000, 12,000, 20,000 people who still watch almost everything I do. And I'm so grateful for that. I think it's a blessed miracle that through as boring as my content can be, as controversial of a person as I can be, I've still got these people, as my ride or dies, they got my back, they're rooting for me, and they want to see me get my shit together.
And it's pretty sad, to be 100% honest, considering you dictate what's allowed in your comment sections, and you don't really, you like to come off as this person that's being attacked by the trolls all the time. You're mostly irrelevant in the large sphere. There aren't a lot of people like me that I don't even make consistent videos about you, but I make more consistent videos than the majority of people, yet you'll hyperfixate on me and not acknowledge the group of people. I mean, having 10,000 people that are like ride or die for you, you can make a living out of that. You could do that. And if you look at his like Social Blade standing, you can see that he's still getting like 1 million views a month, roughly. This month's a little bit different because I guess he remonetized some videos that he had made private before or not public, whatever it might be. But if you calculate, let's say he's making, I don't know, $4 per 1,000 views, and if he's making 1 million views per video, then he's probably making $4,000 a month, maybe. I don't know what his CPM is. It's hard to tell. Every channel's different. It's based off of engagement and who's clicking on your videos, how frequently, how long they're watching. He said most people only watch like 4 minutes, so maybe it's even less than $4. Maybe he's making like $3,000. But you're telling me that you can't stretch anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000 into and like merch sales, Patreon sales, membership sales, whatever, donations, whatever it is. You can't stretch that to make a living off of? Yeah, your girlfriend might have to go get a job. That might be the worst case scenario. But you can probably stretch the amount of money that you could earn if you taught yourself some skills and made your videos better and enunciated and made your topics interesting. You could probably still make a living off of this. But no, he wants to play the pity party and he wants to run away into his shell. So we'll let him do that. That's okay, Boogie, but don't come seeking sympathy from us.
And I am still a little bit scared, I won't lie. But for the most part, I'm just excited to see how all this plays out. I'm just excited to see how this unfolds. I don't know. This is the challenge I've presented for myself, so let's see how we figure it out. But here comes the e-begging part of the video. I know that's how the internet's going to take it. But if you go down to the description box below, you're going to see a link to my Whatnot store. That's an app where I'll be selling off my Magic the Gathering collection. You can buy the cards I've owned over the last 30 years. I'll sign cards for you. You can buy other collectibles that I own as well if you want to help out and you want to own a piece of Boogie history or Magic history or some other thing.
And for once, guys, I actually am not going to flame Boogie for e-begging, because I don't even really view this as e-begging. eBaying is when you sit there and do nothing and you ask for money and you expect money out of it. That's what Wings does. That's what DSP does. And that's what Boogie usually does. But Boogie's actually giving something in return. You can get, I don't follow Magic the Gathering, but I'm assuming he's been collecting for a long time. He probably has some pretty rare and expensive cards. You can buy those from him. And he can use that money. But if he comes back in a month or two and says, "Ah, geez, I don't have any money, I'm all out of money," unless your cards are worthless and you sold them for basically nothing, then I'm not gonna. What, you want me to be like, "Oh, you made 15 grand on Magic cards and you lost it all in a month"? I'm not gonna feel any sympathy, Boogie. I'm sorry. But at the very least, I'm glad you're finding alternatives to try and make money. Maybe you can work on, I don't know, making interesting videos that people want to watch. That can be the next step. But time will tell.
And on top of that, the easiest thing you can do is just watch future videos that I plan to upload. I've got some plans for this fall. It's mostly going to be sitting down in front of the camera videos like I used to do, because that is my favorite thing to do besides the travel content. And I'm definitely not in a position where I should be doing any more of that traveling content unless I'm getting paid to do it. So I hope you'll just dig in and continue watching the videos as you always have, my friend.
At least he's trying to take some sort of financial advice. Who really knows how useful it is? Yeah, I think you should cut back on all your spending. And I think that's a problem with a lot of people that get a taste of fame or wealth, and that's why a lot of lottery winners go defunct, because they don't know what to do with the money and they lose it. And then once they switch back to an old lifestyle or a cheaper lifestyle, they don't know how to cope, so they keep spending or they keep doing the same things that they were doing when they were rich or famous, and it just makes their life even more hectic and more of a hell. And if Boogie can try and live like a normal person, live within his means, take that $4,000 you're making a month off of ad revenue, you can make a living off of it. I'm telling you. Now, he's going to come back and say, "You don't even know how much I make. You don't even know. All the trolls are hating on me." I'm just saying, hypothetically, there is a chance you can be successful. It's just whether or not you'll put in the work. But he probably won't, so why do I bother? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.